In June 2025, something happened that most people never saw coming. The banks, the same banks that once called Bitcoin a scam, are now offering it directly to their customers. That's right. Your local bank branch now holds crypto, offers staking, runs Bitcoin custody, and wants you to believe this is progress. But what really just happened? Is this the end of decentralization, or the beginning of something far more dangerous? Let's break it all down, because what you do next will determine if you're free or owned. For years, banks sat on the sidelines. They mocked crypto, blocked transactions, froze accounts. Now, suddenly, they want in. June 2025 marks the moment that U.S. banks were officially granted permission to offer crypto custody, trading, and even yield-bearing accounts to retail customers. The response was immediate. J.P. Morgan launched a Bitcoin rewards checking account. Wells Fargo offered 3.5% staking on Ethereum. Bank of America built a full crypto hub in their mobile app. What once belonged to Coinbase and Kraken is now inside the same system that almost collapsed in 2008. This isn't about innovation, it's about control. And the real question is, do you trust them? Bitcoin was created to destroy everything the banks stood for. It was rebellion in code, financial resistance without permission. Now, those very institutions are absorbing it. They're wrapping it in compliance, KYC, fees, and user agreements. They're turning crypto into another asset class, one they can throttle, freeze, and tax with precision. So what happens when Bitcoin becomes just another product line in the banking empire? The answer is simple. It loses its soul. What's coming isn't adoption, it's assimilation. Here's the truth no bank ad will tell you. If your bank holds your crypto, you don't. You don't own the private keys, you don't control the withdrawal mechanics, you can't verify reserves. You are one service outage, or one political decision, away from losing access. That's not ownership, that's a hostage agreement. Compare that to self-custody, your keys, your wallet, your freedom. But that freedom comes with a price. You must learn, you must secure, you must be your own bank. Convenience is a trap, and once you step in, it's hard to get out. So, banks are now offering yield, 4% on stables, 5% on ETH, and 7% on these so-called vault strategies. But where is that yield actually coming from? Who's managing the collateral? What happens if there's a mass withdrawal? These aren't DeFi protocols you can audit, these are black box products hidden behind legal disclaimers and user interfaces designed to, well, hide the risk. They're packaging up your crypto, lending it out, and taking the upside while you carry the exposure. High yield from a bank isn't free money, it's bait. And you need to know how deep the trap goes before you bite. Welcome to the new normal. Every crypto transaction through your bank, reported, every staking reward, logged, every stablecoin swap, tied to your ID and time-stamped for compliance. The moment banks stepped into crypto, they brought full government visibility with them. And it's only going to get tighter when central bank digital currencies arrive. If you think crypto is still anonymous in this new banking system, you're dreaming. Privacy isn't just fading, it's being actively erased. And if you care about sovereignty, you better build outside the surveillance grid while you still can. It's easier than ever. You open your bank app, tap buy Bitcoin, it's there. Simple, clean, familiar. But behind that ease is a cost. You pay higher spreads, you lose self-custody, you're locked out of true decentralized finance, and you stop learning. Banks want you to consume crypto, not understand it, because the less you know, the more control they keep. So, yes, use your bank as a bridge, but never ever let it become your home. The lines are being drawn. On one side, you have institutions, custodians, regulators. On the other, you have open source code, decentralized wallets, and users who refuse to be controlled. Crypto is being redefined in real time, not just by price, but by power. By who owns it, by who controls it, and by who gets to say what crypto even means anymore. The banks are here. The government is watching. The tools of surveillance are tightening. And the only defense is knowledge, action, and sovereignty. This isn't just about finance anymore, it's about freedom. So the question is simple. They want your Bitcoin. They want your keys. They want your consent. But crypto wasn't made for trust. It was made for those who opt out. If you learned something today, hit like, subscribe to Web3 exclusive, and share this with someone who still thinks their bank is here to help. Until next time, hold your keys, hold your ground, and never forget what this movement was built for.